Hi, I'm JOGB and this is Jo on the Go. Today I'm meeting up with one of my favourite female dermatologists from New York. Here we are, Jo on the Go, and I'm here with the fabulous Dr Dendy Engelman, who is highly acclaimed New York dermatologist surgeon. And she's also consulting dermatologist for Elizabeth Arden. And so we're going to chat about all things skin.
Let's do it.
So, Jo, I haven't seen you for probably a couple of years, and I know that in the obviously at the moment, like US and the UK, it's almost like skincare used to be very different attitude. But do you think it's all becoming like one, like a similar sort of vibe, a similar feel? Everyone's after the same look.
I think that we are melding more together than historically, where I feel like Americans, I could be wrong, but Americans were much more aggressive with skincare.
Yeah.
And I found that the Brits were a little bit more tentative. And now I think that y'all have embraced skincare and or even putting your toe in the water of some procedures where before it was like very taboo, and if you did it, you didn't talk about it. So I think that we're seeing a mix, and I think with the global community in skincare, people are so savvy, which I love.
Yeah.
You know, I think that people know to look for ingredients. They know what they do. They know what they don't do. And there's a whole trend towards really incorporating good actives into our skincare that before, quite honestly, we didn't really have great things to offer. You either had to undergo procedures in office or you were using something that was marketed with a lot of promises but not a lot of science to back it.
Yeah.
And now we have so many great ingredients that really can change your skin. So I'm very happy for the world we live in right now. At least in skincare, maybe not politically.
Well, yeah, okay, well, that's a whole different video. So, I was thinking, so in that respect, when you were in clinic, for instance, what do you find is like the number one question that women, I mean, that's quite a big ask, but number one question that women come to when they're coming in?
So in my practice in Manhattan, I have a very young group who comes in, and it's very striking to me that they want everything for prevention. So they want Botox for prevention, they want preventative Fraxel, they're ready to do fillers, and I want to coach them to embrace their youth and not go for the major interventions first, but to incorporate a very good skincare regimen that can help to prevent signs of aging, because what I can't inject into them is their actual youth. And if we start things too early, in a procedural world, we actually can lose our youthful appearance. And we think about some of the celebrities who've overdone it in an early stage. It's not that they look ugly, but they don't look young.
Yes.
And I want people to embrace their youth for as long as possible. So what we do is talk about a good skincare regimen that's going to help to build collagen, to help build elastin, to increase luminosity. Because that's what people don't know, that the first sign of aging isn't a line, it isn't a wrinkle, it's actually loss of radiance. And so as our cellular turnover slows, our skin looks duller. So when they look in the mirror and they know that they look older, they can't really decide why, and it is that loss of radiance.
Yes. God, that happened so long ago. I can't even remember. I can remember. Oh,
You still glow.
No, God, no, it's just a light. But it's interesting because there was a big backlash here even, and as you say, we're way behind you guys in the States with using the technology that's available, but that there's this big sort of surge of dermatologists saying, you know, too much too young, what's going to happen to these girls when they hit their 40s and they could really do with this kind of support and help. Actually, their skin will have been, they won't have looked after their skin as much, the skin care aspect's gone. And so actually what they're left with is well, nobody actually knows yet, because nobody's
Aged to that point.
aged to that point,
It's a true conversation, and I think that it's a legitimate concern, and so that's why I try to reason with these super young ones, because people in my demographic, I'll be 42 this year, we tend to be a little bit more tentative. Like, is it time? I'm not sure. And we have a whole conversation. It's the 22-year-olds who come in and they're ready to throw the book at it. And I'm like, we're not even fixing anything. Nothing's broken. You know? I'm all about prevention, but we don't need the major interventions. We can rely on skincare in our early 20s to help to stave off signs of aging. And it may even push the need for procedures later if we start with good skincare regimen early.
Do you find that young women at that age appreciate the use of sunscreen and just think, actually, I'll just deal with it later, you know, I'll just you know, laser it when I'm older, you know?
I think
or
that
are they actually taking better care? Because in Australia, it's a done deal, you know?
Which I love.
So smart.
I mean, I'm very glad about that. I mean, that's the one thing that the skin cancer epidemic down there has done, is actually scare people into using sunscreen. And so not only are they lowering the incidence of skin cancer, but they're also lowering the incidence of premature photo damage and photo aging. I will not really entertain patients who are committed to anti-aging who don't have daily sunscreen because, you know, it's
they lie.
They do lie, or they put this much on for their whole body. You know, if they come in Nubian tan, then we need to back it up and talk about. But it's not sexy. Nobody wants to talk about sunscreen. You know, it's not fun, but it is a necessary evil to our daily routine if you're really wanting to look young. And it's so much easier to prevent than to correct.
Yes, totally. But actually, you see, I always, I don't know if it actually works, but I always say that sunscreen is a natural luminizer.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's easy for me because I am like a ghost, so in effect I just become even more luminescent and probably glow in the dark. but it does, when you put it on, it does make, just on top of moisturizer, it does make the skin glowy to the point that actually sometimes I won't put foundation on, which is, at my age, is kind of a bit scary. With pigmentation and all sorts of other things, but we get it. So I think sometimes the selling of SPF is difficult. Plus they've got so good, haven't they?
I think that I love where we've gone with those, and even the physical blockers like zinc and titanium have become much more cosmetically elegant. Because before we thought about like the white nose and the lifeguard on the beach in Australia, and now zinc and titanium are much more. They're more compatible with our daily routine, and those, as a dermatologist, are the ones that we really love to go to. They're much more effective as far as sun protection.
30 versus 50.
So I say the higher number, the better. I mean, in reality, we never apply the amount that they do in clinical testing. I mean, you're supposed to put a shot glass worth of sunscreen all over your body. I mean, nobody does that.
Actually, it doesn't seem like enough. I think I'd probably put that on my face. Oh my
God,
I'm overdoing it.
You are A+.
I am 90.
I have to really, really, really lean on my patients to apply enough and to reapply. Everyone, I call it the sneaky tan. Everybody's like, oh, I wore sunscreen, I don't know what happened. They really want to be tan. But they want to also have that like veil of protection, so they put it on once and don't reapply and don't follow the rules. And so we have to be committed to sunscreen if we don't want to look older, and then we can do other things as well in order to help along.
And now that you're a new mom, you have a young son and a daughter of 6 months. Will that change your attitudes to aging?
I'm excited to see the skin of my children versus where we were. I grew up down south. We lived on the beach. I never put on sunscreen. I loved to be tan. I mean, I fully recognize that, you know, the sun is you know, fun, and you can look a little bit better often with some color. I'm not going to deny that. Now I do it in a sunless tanner way, but my babies are always in UPF shirts and hats, and they don't fight me. Like, I remember seeing people running around the pool to put sunscreen on their children.
They're still small.
That's true. So,
no.
And maybe I hope that the ingestible sunscreens will be, you know, that would be so great, so that you don't have to keep reapplying. So I think there's a lot of hope on the horizon. But I think that the children of today, with all of the things that we know, and not having 20 to 25 years of unprotected sun, are really going to end up with beautiful skin. So every dermatologist, if you took 10 of us in a room and you said, aside from sunscreen, what is one product that you would recommend to every patient? and it would be some sort of vitamin A derivative, whether that's retinol or prescription retinoids. And the benefit of vitamin A derivatives are many. One, we have it helps build collagen, helps build elastin, helps with fine lines, wrinkles, helps with discoloration, helps to reverse sun damage, helps with acne, helps with skin texture. So there's so many things that people come to you complaining about that this molecule helps to correct. And so that is a fantastic option if you can tolerate it. The problem is a lot of people, especially in the prescription strain, cannot tolerate it. They get red, they get peely, they think they're having an allergic reaction.
Yeah, I agree. To find a product, especially with that prescription, that's super effective without causing irritation. Tell me about the new pink version of Elizabeth Arden's ceramide capsules.
I love capsules, but these are single use, so they're great. So I literally I'm gone for 4 nights. I have 4 of these in my bag, and I use them at night. And they have retinol and ceramides in them. So after having babies, I have a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old. So I was off retinol for that whole time. And now reintroducing them for the last 4 weeks has been great, because usually when you use a vitamin A derivative, you can be red and peely and you look worse before you look better. But in this case, it's very nice and an easy way to reintroduce vitamin A into my regimen.
And after having a baby, that was the first thing on your tick list that you wanted back for yourself?
100%. Because that was
and you helped formulate these?
Yes. So I love these, and they're, again, very portable and potent. I mean, they have good retinol. Or one of the test subjects was like, I've been taking these. They were eating them. I've been taking these for 3 weeks, and I don't see any difference. Yeah.
They were.
Although they are veggie caps, so they're...
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes, so don't eat them.
A bigger label on the box, maybe. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
And safe trip.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed Joe on the Go, and thank you for watching. Please like, follow, subscribe to my various channels on Instagram, YouTube, and do check out my lifestyle wellness blog, Living It Up, on jogbliving.com.